Hello everyone, welcome to a Worlds of ZZT Let's Play, I suppose. This can't do a live stream today because my internet has been acting up, and although it seems like it finally calmed down, I don't really want to risk it. So instead today I'm going to play through some ZZT games, some shorter ones at least, or so I hope. Just some stuff that I haven't gotten around to showing off, and well, I know I'll be posting this one at least, but I might do like patron exclusives or something with the rest. We'll play it by ear here. So this is going to be our first game. This is Savior Bia, version 1.2. The original game came out towards the end of 2020, and I did play it, but not on stream. I had some fun with it. And Agent Orange, the game's author, released an updated version at the beginning of last February that says it at least changes one engine entirely, so there's going to be some fresh content for me too. This is a fun little sci-fi game done in the sort of the style of like a 1994 ZZT fan game. Specifically goes for the style of being started without using Super Toolkit colors and then starting to use them at the end as if the author discovered this kind of thing. Oh, hey, phone. It is also began originally as a Robotech fan game, but Agent Orange decided to drop that aspect and just make something a bit more original out of it. So let's get right to it here. Got this really nice looking title screen. This is like, again, almost entirely without SDK graphics other than just the glass on the cockpit and on the front of the robot there. So, Savior Bia. This is a short engine-focused game, primarily. So let's see what we got here. Some really, like, nice sense of depth to begin with here. The year is 2597 CE. Mankind has begun to travel across the Milky Way, and at its vanguard is the Human Space Defense Force. 2 years ago, we made our fateful first contact with intelligent extraterrestrial life, hostile intelligent life. Oh no, it says intelligent twice, now there's gotta be a 1.3. Since then, it has been a grim war of attrition, as the HSDF has been slowly pushed back by alien forces. Attempts to communicate or negotiate a ceasefire have been unsuccessful, as we know nothing of their territories or way of life beyond the fact that they operate under a hive mind. No meaningful dialogue can be pursued. Today, we are ready to give our most potent variable configuration fighter its baptism of fire. The unit, baptized Bia, after the Greek personification of raw power, is to infiltrate and destroy an alien force rapidly approaching HSDF General Headquarters. I hope it's pronounced Bia and not Bia. It might be Bia. I'm gonna say Bia, and then you're all gonna be allowed to laugh at me if I'm wrong. A suicide recon mission successfully identified the mothership and a pathway to its core decision-making complex. Location beacons and rudimentary maps of the mothership were made and transmitted to Hyperion, the one-vessel task force on its way with the Bia. This mission is successful, the Bia will be mass-produced, and the resulting force multiplication will allow us to push back the aliens and then evacuate the area they identify as home for good. If not, the inevitable cost of evacuating the GHQ and nearby civilian settlements while fighting a war that we may never win is terrifying, as is the possibility of fighting a war that never ends until our destruction. The mood is somber on airstrip of the Hyperion. The commander of the Hyperion, your liaison officer for this mission, and the lead scientist for the Bia project are here for a final briefing. So it's kind of a dark tone for a very brightly colored game, which, you know, if you're not using STK, that's kind of what you're stuck with, really. I mean, that kind of aspect has always been around with ZZT, like this somber moment, but everybody's got a big smiling face, so you kind of just gotta make do with what you get with ZZT here. The Admiral decided to see you off. Having the top brass here was unexpected. You've interacted with him at briefings, but never face-to-face. His mind isn't completely here, as he is also in charge of an assault on alien battleships launched earlier, a feint expected to come with a high cost. He shakes your hand, attempts to say something inspiring, but just wishes you all the best, and asks you come back when you've done your duty. The Admiral can't meet your eyes. One of the engineers on the Bia project, and the one you correspond with the most, is here for a final quasi-briefing. In brief, they reassure you that Bia is sufficiently stealthy and new that the first time the aliens see you, it will be by visual contact, which is a little more infrared than humans if you remember past briefings. The heavily centralized structure of their early warning networks will be a plus as well. They remind you of the extra telemetry and recording devices installed in this Bia prototype. Successfully completing this mission will also provide us with valuable intelligence on enemy tactics and mothership architecture, as well as data to improve the production Bia models. Their utter confidence in your abilities, strengthened by constant feedback from you and other pilots gave them during Bia's development, makes you feel more positive about this mission's outcome. They also confirm that they will look after your pet water bears in the event of you not surviving the mission. So look at that, we got a little personification of our hero here. And lastly, Lily. Hello, I'm Lily Suarez, your liaison officer for this mission. This is a surprise. I was expecting Mallow, not my school. She was granted compassionate leave after Matt didn't come back from Operation Burton. I was the only one else with the necessary security clearance, Amy. Well, somehow this makes things feel different, even though they shouldn't. Remember that you and Matt tossed a coin for Burton. It might have been Matt and Claudia here instead. True, I just hope you don't have to join Claudia with the leave. That's in your hands. Remember, you are Amy, and you are a pilot. Maybe the best one on the Hyperion, and today is your most important day as one. Don't I know? I'll make sure you can keep on bragging that your girlfriend is the Hyperion's top ace. Lily smiles weakly. You hug briefly, and you hope she doesn't notice you're shaking. Lily looks at you and then glances at the Bia. Alright, let's get in. The cockpit hatch is open. Do you want to enter Bia now? This might be the last time you ever see these people, or any other human, ever again. Let's do this. Let's do this slightly faster because I think the door's shut in my face. Oh, that's a cool little animation. As you fly past the Hyperion and its air defenses, you swallow and take a few deep breaths as you cross the perfectly black distance between you and the target. There's a really good zooming out of the hangar going there. And with that, we begin our gameplay with this first-person flight engine here. To get to the alien mothership, you need to take down all the enemy ships and mecha in your way, line them up in the crosshairs, and shoot. Steer the Bia towards incoming enemy waves with the arrow keys, and shoot using the spacebar once they're in the crosshairs. Watch out that your shield, in light red, doesn't get depleted by bandits. What we're doing is kind of steering these ships around with our own movements. Line them up and take them out. You can see my shield's somewhat crumbling as they turn to normal walls. And you only get so much precision. It's a cute idea, but there's some stuff you're kind of just stuck dealing with, like you can't actually like scroll them off screen, obviously, so they kind of clump in a wall if they're not heading towards your crosshair. That being said, he really doesn't want to go. Come on. Get over here. Get to the crosshair. And every time you do shift, it kind of goes in like chunks. Boy, I hope I don't die. The shield is, by the crosshair, is getting a little worrisome. Come on! No! Ah, whoa! That's right. There are multiple waves. You may not be off to a good start, depending on exactly how these shields work. try and get them far away from the shields. I think I just managed to somehow get two at once. Well, these guys are at least cooperating with the steering a lot more. Or were. There we go. So I would say, in '94, this would be quite impressive. It's pretty cool now, too, of course, but... What this particularly reminds me of is the Quantum P's Operation Gamma Velorum series. That one has a lot of stuff along these lines. Ooh, these guys are aggressive. And yeah, I can kind of just say, you go over here. Actually, if you clump them together on the stars... Let's have to do some very aggressive flying. I still don't quite comprehend how this shield system works. Because I'm sure they've been shooting me beyond the red. One more. There we go. Alright, we did it. Made it through them. Now we can approach the mothership. We also got the classic cutscene style of just a big long walk to a passage. Great! You've punched through their defensive curtain. The enemy mothership should be within visible range now. Roger that. That was quick. Here we go. Watch out for flak. Save now. You got it. Okay. Our recon mission added red beacons near the shields protecting the access hatch. Bomb them out and the shields ahead should be disabled. Roger. In this stage, you can bomb and fire at the same time simply by changing direction by touching the arrows. A target, flashing red tile, is destroyed when it is bombed yellow. Avoid getting shot or bumping into obstacles, as your shields can only withstand so much damage. Okay. So we get to... I see there's a silencer on this board. I didn't actually turn off the sound myself, and so we kind of just wiggle our way over these targets. We turn around basically on the correct spot, we can bomb them out. I don't think this board was silent in the original. It feels kind of eerie with like no noise whatsoever. Here we go. Taking them out. Target bombed, their shields are down. This is definitely the new board. I don't remember this at all. Trying to find myself. I've transformed Via to digitigrade mode for fine movement. Where should I head for? 11 o'clock. An entry hatch marked off by Burton should be behind this array of radar domes. Some air defense and security measures may still be in place. I see. Do I just blow open the hatch? That shouldn't be necessary. You may need to destroy debris surrounding the hatch since Operation Burton disabled parts of this radar array. Matt and the others gave it their all for sure. I'll use my plasma beam to make a path. Okay, remember to correct for the plasma arc eccentricity. Roger. Oh boy. Navigate your mecha through the radar array on the hull using the arrow keys. To clear debris ahead of you with the plasma beam, stand close to the debris and shoot in the direction you want to fire it. Your goal is the entry hatch marked in yellow at the top of the screen. Place B on top of it to progress. Okay. So there's definitely some interesting movement. Sometimes I'll like move diagonally or just not quite where I'm trying to go. It's kind of more like a zigzag. Okay. I think it's just like diagonal based, and I was expecting it to not be. Okay, so that's just like water. Do I have to... I don't know what I did, but now I got through. Okay, this one's like blinking on and off. Okay. Almost. There we go. I get this nice little cutscene with some more like really good sort of pre-SDK art. I mean, at this point, there's a little bit more in that color range here, of course. We're getting... Yeah, this is not pre-SDK looking at all, actually. Never mind, I take it back. There's a lot of grays and dark blues and dark reds and dark purples. You should be approaching the beacon. You should be approaching the beacon the recon team left behind before they were intercepted by the aliens. Intercepted. Let's not forget they never take prisoners. We can't let their sacrifice be in vain. No, never. Never. They gave us this one chance, and the Boffins had the Bia ready. This will be it. If we fail now, we won't fail. I won't fail. We are going to win this war, and our children will live to see better days. I found the beacon. The telemetry data tells me the mothership's main computer is straight ahead. Go on ahead. All of humanity is rooting for you. Oh, and now we get to actually control a player. Aim for the red spot in the center. Blast your way to it. So we get this interesting boss fight here. There's ZZT baddies spawning in. There's a bit of a core. I can kind of just do this. I'm not sure how intended that is. Or if that's kind of an homage to the kind of thing you would definitely overlook in 1994. But even if I didn't kind of cheese it there, it's a simple enough boss fight. It's pretty neat. I really love these things, whatever this design is. The core is down. I think that should be it. That one object fire wreckage. What's the matter? Our telemetry says you're not moving. Let's say some alien mecha have some unfinished business with me. What do you mean? The last of these aliens want to try and take me down with the mothership. One of them is blocking my way out. I'll need to transform back to bipedal mode now. Save now. Like, this is a fantastic sort of perspective here on this. It's a very imposing mecha. Man. You don't have much time until the mothership explodes. You need to blast your way through now. I know, I haven't made it this far just to end here, but if I don't make it, please inform my next of kin. I will. Yeah, kind of want to just go all out assault. Grand finale here. Oh, another good cutscene. The alien mothership has exploded. As predicted, the remainder of the fleet is disoriented and leaderless. Liquidation operations will be initiated. But we can't detect Bia. I almost went through that passage before the first explosion. I was like, oh, I guess it doesn't explode in this one. Now this is how you do an epilogue. We've spotted the Bia. Pilot's vital statistics are stable. Task Force Bia, do you read? Your engines are out. But we're sending a rescue team. The alien threat has been neutralized. And it's all thanks to you. Bia? Come in, Bia. Come in, Amy. Please answer. is Bia. Mission accomplished. We have contact with the pilot. I think I'm fine, but the Bia isn't. Amy, we've sent SAR to bring you home. Yes, let's go home, Lily. Aw, sweep her off her feet. After the airlock pressure normalizes, you stagger out of the cockpit of the totaled Bia with the help of the SAR and hangar crew. You're barely steady on your feet, you reek of sweat and are slowly coming down from the adrenaline high the past hours have been. Then, raising your head, you can see her among the assembled mission team, Lily. Spontaneously, you run into each other's arms and hold on to each other silently for a few moments. Debriefing can wait. Never has simply holding her close to you meant so much. I'm back, Lily. Congratulations! Thanks to your efforts, the aliens have been pushed back, and Bia's potency will make sure we can defeat them. The war is not over, but for the first time in months, it might end with us living on with dignity. Lily and you have a future to look forward to with hope now. And the water bears too. Programming, graphics, and writing, Pokesoft. A power armor engine. Do we have the power armor? I think the power armor engine got cut. Yeah, that's the one that got replaced, actually. But thanks to Alexis Jansen for it anyway. One object fire. See, I called it out. Support. Thanks to... and you, the player. Try again for a higher score. So that was Metal Savior Bia, and that was a lot of fun. I do think that the change from the power armor to that new segment was definitely an improvement overall. It's a fun little game. It's very short, and I think it's definitely something worth playing for yourself. This is like a really nice job showcasing these kind of engines that ZZT can do that aren't like super complicated coding masterpieces, but like they just transform the way ZZT is played, and it's in a fun way. So this is one that I think is definitely worth some of your time. Shout outs to Agent Orange for doing such a nice job with this. He really nailed that 1994 aesthetic. He did a good job with all these engines and just making like a fun little story. Like, this is kind of an exciting little world you created, and I don't know my Robotech, so I have no idea how much of this is just the serial numbers being filed off, or how much of it's like completely original, but it's a fun little story you got going here. I wouldn't mind seeing like more in this. So thank you all for watching this video. Oh man, this is just going straight to YouTube. I can say things like, comment, and subscribe. But that's going to be it for game number 1. I'm going to cut off this recording here and take a moment and then move on to my next game. So thank you all for watching and your support, and hopefully I'll be able to stream again in the near future. Thank you. Later.